We're having a conversation now with InDrive and have right here in the studio Nigeria's country representative for InDrive Nigeria, Dimeji Timothy is right here. Hi Dimeji, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you.
Well, I think I was expecting you guys before the festivities because I know you guys always have some packages for the holiday, but you didn't come. You were too busy having fun.
Nah, I mean, it was work. We have something going on actually for
You have your limousine, there was something like that.
There was actually a G-Wagon this time around.
Oh, you see what I'm saying?
But that was earlier in April. But this time around, we have something for our passengers going to church and the likes, you know. So that's something different. But we always have something up for our users.
I know, right? Now you're asking for a law enforcement portal. What's that about?
Actually, we are providing a law enforcement portal to help us collaborate with the police. Safety, being a collaborative effort, starts with everyone. But based on the data that we have and our interaction with users, we identified a gap. And that is what the portal seeks to close. So data protection law prohibits us as data processors of users from sharing it with third party, except required by the law enforcement agency in the cases of addressing safety concerns, incidents, and so on and so forth. And in our effort, because we're very we're proactive about safety, which is something I hope to discuss much later, we identified the gap that exists between users being able to pursue cases when they have to with the police. So let's give an instance. You have an incident and you want to press charges or you want that to be investigated. To be able to get the needed data, you cannot request it through the support platform. You need the police to request it. But because of how fragmented the system is, there is no central portal. We created this portal that allows us, as a key stakeholder in transportation and concerns for our passengers, to be able to communicate directly with the police. So you report a case to us. We advise that you report to the police in the case of having to pursue an investigation. For us to be able to support this investigation, we need to provide valuable details about the trip or an incident.
So you guys are running this portal.
Yes.
But you invite the law enforcement where the passengers only come in if they have a complaint.
Absolutely, that's correct. Okay. So it's to improve on our already existing safety protocols. So we have various safety protocols, from sharing your ride to having an in case of emergency number to calling the police, even on like an emergency number to call the police on the application. But in the case of an incident now happening and you need to pursue, you know, there's a need to connect our platform with the police directly because we can't share user data to an end user. So that is where the law enforcement portal comes in. So we create the portal so that we can collaborate appropriately with the police and every law enforcement agency that supports users in general.
Okay, so this portal, you have the collaboration of the police already.
Absolutely. On
the portal.
Yes.
And then your passengers or your clients now have access to it once they become your passengers.
The portal is only open to law enforcement to make the request.
Okay, make the request for the data of the passenger.
Yes.
So at what point does the passenger come in?
So let's take a flow.
Okay.
All right. First, we have a proactive stance to safety. So that is why in the case of, and one of the things we say is, if a situation is being watched, the likelihood of a safety incident occurring is reduced. So in the case that you forget to pick your driver based on rating to reduce an incident, or you forgot to share your ride and there is an incident, maybe a theft, and you need to investigate or report, right? When you report to us and you want the driver's detail to be investigated, we can provide the detail to you. So when you report to the police and you have a police report, it is rerouted through the portal from the police station.
So when you go physically to the police to report,
so
then
they
the police
make the request to us.
Go to you on
the
portal.
Yes, and we provide the detail to the police through the same portal. So it aggregates all those information to the police so that they can support the user in this case.
Sounds interesting, but I mean, when you mention the police and then you talk about technology and all of that, I know you know what I mean. So I just want to know the reality of this. Have you been using it? Have you gotten enough cooperation from the police? Have they been responding? Do you have cases resolved, or this is, I know it's a launch, you just launched it.
Yes, so so we've been supporting the police in investigation, but we needed a better system to improve. So as I said, this is a system to improve on what is already existing. So it makes it easier and reduce the fragmentation. So first off, part of our plans, which is ongoing, is to collaborate with strategic places where our users can get the necessary support. So we identify places where we have most of our operations, and the police stations where they get the support are not more than a particular kilometers apart. So it kind of puts everything together in one place. So that's like a critical thing that we've done. But there are always room for improvement. We definitely are watching what is the resolving rate, like the success rate of these things, that
and
give
also
us
to
insight.
cover abuse, room for abuse.
Definitely.
And
So it gives us insight as to how it will be improved. But for now, it's an improved version of what exists presently. And we believe that, before we launch, because we're putting a lot of resources into building this, and we strongly believe that, it's data-backed, we definitely generate the type of result we're looking for to improve in response to safety incidents.
Yeah, because, I was just asking myself, so what do you gain from this? Actually, it might cost you a bit more, in running it and keeping it effective, but I guess you win the confidence of your customers and what goes out and, but, okay, please go ahead.
Absolutely. Presently, we have moved from market entry to the most used platform, and this, the safety cannot be something we are reacting to. We are proactive about it. So it's a matter of importance for us to ensure users not only feel safe, they understand how to use our platform in a safe manner. So that is why it's an investment. We don't want to react. We've seen what it costs for our passengers, for our drivers in terms of safety, but putting those things in place ensures that we reach our goal of addressing mobility concerns and safety concerns before they become an issue. So that's why it's an proactive investment for us.
And you have trainings for the police and all of that?
Absolutely. So because it's a rollout of different things, we keep rolling out features. For example, after this particular feature, the most recent one is a feature that disallows courier drivers from canceling orders until they deliver. Now that's something that we just tested and launched like 2 weeks ago, because as I said, safety is priority. But what we are also doing as part of this rollout is our second safety summit. So we had a safety summit last year after we've launched a safety suite that's focused on user education and also new features that are first in the market. One of it is the fact that a user has the opportunity to pick a driver based on his rating. And I'll explain how that is a proactive safety feature. So if you find the way InDrive works, when you place an order, you have opportunity to pick as many drivers as possible that bids. And you pick them based on their price, on their rating, and the likes. Now, if you find a driver who's done about 1,000 trips and has a 4.9 rating, the likelihood that you're going to get an excellent service from that driver is very high, right? And it reduces the chances of having an incident. So by that feature, which is a feature that we are the only ones who have in the market, we put the control of safety also in the hands of the user. So if you see a driver who has a 4.6 and you feel uncomfortable about it, you can always skip.
So why can't we, your passengers, depend on you to only give us the drivers with a high rating? If a driver has a low rating, why don't you just
definitely filter them out after they've reached a particular rating. So once you reach a particular rating, definitely you're not getting rights. Number one, as your rating drops, priority of getting rights decreases. Because sometimes this rating might be misunderstandings, right? And you have the opportunity to improve on your rating. It's just a CGPA thing. So maybe on your first year, you're not serious about your studies and your rating dropped. By the second, third, fourth year, you have the opportunity to grow, right? So that's what the rating really does for drivers. But as you continue and the incident increases, you go down the pecking order, your priority of getting rights reduces, and at some point you get yanked off. For example, we have ban features that ranges from 1 hour from very minute, like you get to a passenger and you cancel, can be banned for 1 hour, and 1 hour for a driver is like maybe 10,000 in his head because he has the opportunity to make up to 15 to 20,000, right? up until like a ban armor where you can't come on our platform ever again, even if you change your car, change your phone, change everything. So our safety feature in terms of ensuring we filter out actually ranges from that wide range, depending on the protocols that you break. So, but then again, there's an opportunity for people who've had issues to, improve. So that's how it works.
Okay. Just this is not part of your safety thing. Condition of cars being used. How attentive are you guys to that?
Very.
I know you have grades, comfortable or just, I know you have like 3 grades or something
Yeah, we
like
have
that.
different modules.
Yes. So how attentive are you to that? I mean, because I don't want to pay so much, doesn't mean I must sweat in a car.
Right, right, yes. So first off, our verification and onboarding process actually takes care of that, number one. Before you come on the platform, definitely you meet all the standards that are requested. However, as it goes on, there are photo verification processes. So you could just come on your app one day after you've done multiple rides and you're requested to actually show again who you are before you can take another ride. And it takes about, okay, you upload the needed things and when it is verified, you can get back to working. So we do that continuously. So it's an ongoing, continuous concern. The second layer to it is also on the feedback part. And that is why drivers are very critical. So you find a lot of drivers at the end of a trip, they'll tell you, please rate me.
Yeah.
That's because they understand the importance of rating and how it affects their income. So if passengers use the feedback mechanisms that are available to actually share that, oh, this driver's car needs to be improved and all, they are properly addressed. So that's one of the things that we put in place. First, to ensure that the onboarding is proper, which we do. Second, from time to time verification. So you can just come on the app, you need to do a photo verification of yourself, of your vehicle, of your particulars, and so on. And the last is the feedback mechanism that ensures that the users have a say in what is on our platform, which is drop a feedback after a ride. Is the car great? Say it. Is it bad? Say it. And we use this feedback to do their ratings.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Just before we let you go now, this portal now, do you see maybe another, you said this is a rollout now, do you see a situation where perhaps you can get more interactive with the passengers, with your clients? Do we see that in the nearest future?
Absolutely. Okay, I would say presently, when use is not known, abuse is inevitable. We like to focus on why something is built. If we find out lessons learned and there are opportunities to improve or to use it for a different purpose, definitely we'll go on to it. But for a very strong feature like this, which is built off the back of transparency, support security, I believe it has multiple use cases. We just need to it just needs to come up. And when we see it, it can easily be improved to serve other purposes. But presently, it is to close the gap of addressing safety issues and also involving the police to make it seamless and also ensure that safety is actually involving everyone. It's a collective responsibility.
All right. Okay, thank you so much for that feature, the safety feature. In InDrive, Dimeji Timothy, he is the country representative InDrive Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming on the program.